I feel like my energy's like, yeah, let's talk about, I'm really up
I
for it.
love
So
it, man.
it's been awesome.
I
Yeah, it's been great.
absolutely love your passion, man. It makes my
Oh,
job easy.
this project has
Uh,
been, it's been extraordinary. It's been absolutely extraordinary.
I've heard you
Yeah.
say you've never had a bad day in the doing performance capture, right? But you have challenging days. What
yeah,
were
I've
one of
never had a
those
bad
challenging
day.
days on Baldur's Gate 3? I'm curious.
Physical burnout.
Yeah.
I think it was more than once. I think it was twice, or maybe twice in 4 years. I'm doing hundreds of hours in the volume, and the volume is quite small where we shoot, and it's pretty, it's pretty much within a meter. That's the movement. You're not moving very much, and you're doing hundreds of lines a session, hundreds. I'm also doing the mocap I was also doing the mocap stuff in the mocap stage, which is body movement, which is more traditional mocap stuff that we were doing, body doubling for other actors that couldn't physically get to the UK. I was doing a lot of that as well. I had physical burnout and my voice went and my body went, and I just was just doing not great work. Not because I wasn't passionate or focused or prepared, just because my body just went, we're not doing that anymore, Dan. It was like,
Has that ever happened to you
so
before on a project?
it usually happens after big projects. I usually crash it for about a week or so afterwards.
But this happened
Uh,
during. Yeah.
this I think is the very first time it happened during a
Mm.
project. Actually, yeah, that's true. I'm going to try and avoid details. It's kind of disgusting. But in Japan, I'd been rolling from one job to another for about 2 years, literally traveling from America to Hungary to Japan to India, all over the place continually for about 2 years with very little breaks in between.
Yeah.
My body did give up on me. Let's just say that keeping food in the stomach was quite difficult for about 2 week period at the 2 weeks
Damn,
doing that
man.
shoot. Yeah, I was going to the bathroom
Shit.
every like 10 times a day.
Fuck.
No more discussion. Sorry about the
Yeah.
details,
No,
but I
no,
was
you're
still
good.
filming. I was filming continually through that period, so I didn't stop
Fuck
filming. So my
me.
body definitely gave up. I had fatigue, severe fatigue, and this is the start of the pandemic. So I freaked out. Thought, oh, it's COVID. Because you didn't know what COVID was at that point. I went to the doctor. He went, "You're fatigued." He went, "No, I'm not. I'm getting at least 5 hours at night. And I feel great." He went, "No, no, your body is fatigued. Your body is giving up on you." So
Sorry, I
that did
shouldn't
happen
laugh at
once.
your,
Yeah. No, laugh.
disintegration.
I thought it was hysterical when he told me. I think this is ridiculous. So, but this is the first time I've ever had to cut a session short. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the first
Did
time,
you feel bad
and I
having to
felt
do
bad.
that?
Yeah, I felt awful. I felt
Yeah.
awful for. I didn't want to waste people's time. I
Yeah.
felt bad. The director was amazing. Luckily, it was my friend Kirsty Gilmore, who's an exceptional director anyway, and hugely supportive. And the crew were great as well. I think I can't remember who the crew was that day. I remember the crew being very understanding as well. But I just felt bad because I was like, I'm wasting your time, and this is awful. I felt lousy for having to go home early and not be able to finish the session, and the work wasn't where I wanted it to be. But like I said, Pit Stop directors and Larian as well are so understanding and supportive that even though I felt awful and bad, they told me you need to go. You're not. We're canceling your session for 2 days. Rest, sleep. Look after yourself.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and within 2 days, I was back into it. It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of a scene in the game that I've seen where you're vomiting and it sounds so realistic, Neil. It sounds like you actually vomited, man. I'm
Yeah,
worried.
I definitely retched up a little bit. So yeah, yeah. Sometimes you go a bit far, but it's all manageable. It's fun.